Right now in Austin, it's 107 degrees and sunny. Today, it'll be partly cloudy, with a forecasted high of 107 and a low of 76. There is currently an excessive heat warning in effect. Try swiping from the left edge. Just as a final tip, if you want to learn more, you can always ask me, what can you do? We're all done for now. I'm really looking forward to being your Google Assistant.
Hey buddy, can you spare some change for a friend in need? Hey brother, can you feel my pain? Good luck, goodbye, and Godspeed.
I just went and got a Google Nest hub. It was like 40% off because Target is competing with Amazon Prime Day, Target Day, and so there's a bunch of things on sale, and so I went ahead and bought it. And I'm going to use this to hook up my smart house. This is really hard to squat here and talk. So I'll use it for my doorbell, so when somebody comes to the door, it will ring through here. I can also use it as a screen if I need to like see recipes or something as I'm cooking. I can play music from it. I have the Google Home at my other place, and it is what controls all my smart lights and everything, and it's hooked up to the whole house. The fan, the smart lights, everything. So I plan to use this one. The only difference is this one has a screen to it as well. I think that's the only difference. The dog wants in. All day she just wants in. Hey, you're not supposed to be up. All day she just wants to go in and then out and then in again. Here. It's a bit somber around here after Oreo, the neighbor's dog, passed away on Sunday night from heat stroke. And Lauren noticed him, so I jumped over there to take a look at him. The neighbor came out, was talking to us, and then the Oreo just fell over. So Lauren was like, get out of my car, I'm going to take him to the vet. And he peed all over the neighbor when he picked him up, and so she rushed him to the vet, and he had a heat stroke. It's been like 110 degrees. So it's been pretty somber around here. I've got lots of flea and tick and hookworm and other medicines for Daisy, the other neighbor dog. And people have been sweet donating. One of my coworkers donated like 150. I'm gonna try to pay for some of the vet bills. And so it's been a whole thing. And the neighbors, they keep telling him like, hey, this is the other neighbor, like, hey, this is animal cruelty, blah, blah, blah. I think they're trying to like scare him straight. But yeah, the whole thing is just very, very somber and hard to deal with. Lauren ended up taking Oreo to her house for overnight. She didn't sleep all night. She's just giving him care, and he died in her arms. It just sucks. Like, his blood was so low because he had lots of fleas and hookworms, and those are things that, like, if they'd had resources, they'd been able to get preventative care for him. So now we know how to like access that and help them to access it and be a community advocate, which is something that, yeah, it's something that I do when it comes to infrastructure, and so it makes sense that I would do that for my neighbors here now that I live here. So it's been a weird week. Okay. Google Home. We're gonna hook this up. I'm guessing it needs to be plugged in all the time. So, and there's a little switch there. Let's go see what happens when I hook it up. Okay.
Hi. To get started, download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to film this while I do it because I'm going to need my phone. But here's the setup.
Here's how Google Nest Hub with sleep sensing can help. Let's say that you, like so many of us, are having trouble falling asleep at night. To fall asleep more easily, it's important to take the time to wind down and clear your mind before bed. Nest Hub can support your bedtime routine by helping you create a calming environment before you drift off to sleep. Set an alarm, dim the lights, and play relaxing sounds, all by tapping the screen or using your voice. Sleep can be a bit of a mystery. After a rough night in bed,
So one of the things I don't do on my own is create lights. That sounds weird. Is make lighting fixtures. So it's something that at one point in my life I really wanted to do. My dad was like, no, like you can't do that because then they're not rated for what they're supposed to be rated. There's so many ways to mess it up and have like an electrical failure and some sort of fire that's created. And your insurance wouldn't cover it because you made your own light fixture that's not rated or certified or approved or whatever that standard is. Which is frustrating because on Pinterest and Instagram you see all of these stories of people who make their own lighting fixtures that look super cute and they're very inexpensive. But it's something in the last few years that I've gotten behind. Like every time I see a story, I think, no, you're gonna have issues if something happens. But it is frustrating to not be able to just like fix it yourself, DIY it. So on this lighting fixture, these are the ones I got. I got some really inexpensive ones. I've gotten lighting fixtures for under $80 each. So these were $60, which actually I think they're on sale for $40 now. And close out, they're sending me another one. And I want to say the Starlight was under 80. It was like 60 or something. When I installed this one, I went to go twist in the bulb, and the bulb didn't go in really well. Which I don't know why some of them go in well in this light fixture and some don't, but this is what the inside is supposed to look like with this little metal cage that you screw the bulb into. This one had one of those. I tried to screw the bulb in, it got stuck, and as I tried to pull out the bulb, the whole inside metal part came out with it. And so whereas I could probably very easily fix it, I've got so many of these old light fixtures I'm taking out, I could pull one of the little sockets from one of the old ones and put it in here, and I think it would be just the same. My brother was like, no, these are like little fiberglass sleeves, and then you would break the warranty and then it wouldn't be up to code. Just tell them that it is broken. And so that's what I did. I went to Wayfair and I said, hey, this is broken, it didn't fit. And Wayfair was really good about just sending you another one, no questions asked. So I'm waiting for the last one to come in. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go through the effort of taking this down, which I just did, and then putting up a new one. But I wanted to tell you that I have learned not to use these wing nuts. So these, which at one point in my life I thought were super easy, you stick the wires in and you twist them and it locks them together. No crimping, you can always untwist them. I have since realized that these, which I think are called Wagos, I'm not sure if that's a brand name or if that's their stands for something, but these you stick in the wires to either side. There's a 2-1, and then I went and I bought some 3-1s, and it basically twists or crimps them together. So if I wanted to just splice wire and make it go longer, put 2 wires together, I could put either side into one. If I wanted to make a connection between 2 different wires, I just stick 2 different wires in, and then same with 3. So I bought it for, why did I buy it? Oh, I bought it for the exhaust fan because I needed to do this like whole mess of wires, which I think I showed you in a different video. But now that I've got these 3 ones, I'm using them for everything. And especially these ceiling lights, because it's so annoying to be holding your light up and then your wing nuts, it wasn't like in there really great, and then it comes out. I feel like I can never twist them in right. So these are amazing. And then with these, you could take them out, which it gets the bad rep for not being able to take them out, but really you just twist them. And you never know which way to twist them. It's not standard, but if you just start twisting it one way, it'll eventually pop out. So it's nice. I'm reusing some of the ones that were in there before, and I'm using these new 3 ones, and it's made my life so much easier. So PSA, use the Wagos. They're amazing, and they're reusable. And I'm never going back to wing nuts.
So, like, when it comes to scotch, like, if you want to, like, convince people that you know what you're doing, if you just, like, ask for anything, like...
My desk came in, so I'm going to put it together. I'm in the cat room / bike room / office / workout room. It's a multi-purpose room.
Wandering through the streets of Honiton one day, I think it was Tuesday in July. I was walking thinking about all the things that if I had some money I would buy. Suddenly an old man came up to me and he looked me up and down. He said, "Today's your lucky day, my friend." And he told me what was happening in town. They throw hot coins from up on high to the ground, you see. May Honiton hot pennies rain down on me. Told me the throwing would begin at noon, and it would all start in the town square. So I thanked him, then I said, "But where is that?" He smiled and pointed, "It's just over there." Thank God that old man came up to me. Thank God he looked me up and down. Thank the Lord he told me where and when to go, when he told me what was happening in town. They throw hot coins from up on high to the ground, you see. May Honiton hot pennies rain down on me. They throw hot coins from up on high to the ground, you see. May Honiton hot pennies rain.
So I put this together backwards because it was very heavy. I picked it out of the box and I was like, oh, this glass counter or this glass top is super heavy. So I didn't think I'd be able to assemble it forward and then tip the whole thing over by myself without scratching something and or throwing out my back. So instead I put the feet on first, stood it upright, and then put the top on last. But it has gone together pretty well, very easy, and you can tell it's not like the cheapest desk, which is normally what I would go for, but I wanted something with a drawer, and this wasn't too much more expensive, and so I went with this sit-stand desk. But overall, I think it looks really good. It I might move it a little bit closer to this back wall, so I'm not as close to the bikes, but it'll be nice having a little sit-stand desk next to the window. And then it's got this drawer for things to go into, so that's nice, and I'll be able to work from the top. So anyway, I'm gonna screw in the other side and then test it out. Okay, so I made some pizza at lunch today. I'm trying to figure out my oven because it's not the same as my old one. It's a gas one, and I think it's hotter, so it's not browning as much. Or maybe I just need to put more oil in the dough. So I'm back to experimenting on my tried and true pizza crust, but I made some pepperoni with this melty cheese. I also made more of a white pizza flatbread. It's pretty good. I don't have any ranch, which I'm a little upset about. I must have ate it all in the pizza 2 days ago. The other thing I'm doing is kind of getting my place ready for a sitter to come. I went to Home Depot and got one more bulb to put in there, and then that is the last of the overhead light fixtures. I took off the gate there. It was very moldy, and it's a little rusty, but I bleached it out and washed it, and it's actually looking pretty good. So I'll install that again. I still need to touch up the ceiling from when I painted it yesterday, but that'll have to be a different day because it's gonna take some time. I did mark in pencil where the touch-ups need to go, because sometimes it's hard to see what has been missed. What's missed is just the shiny parts that it's still semi-gloss. So I marked it with the pencil so that when I'm going over, I know exactly where to go. The ducts are kind of gross. They need to be fixed or cleaned out at some point, but I think that's not something that I can just do myself. In the bathroom, I am just kind of cleaning some things up and getting it ready for them. And same with the front room, putting some things away, cleaning up the kitchen. I tried out the Roomba last night, scared both my pets. So we're gonna have to work on that one a little bit more. Yeah, and it's starting to get hot again. We had a break. It was only in the 90s for a couple of days, which was a very needed break. It's getting hot again, and so tomorrow I'm headed to New York City and then Philly for a little break. But anyway, I gotta get back to work because I am still working today. I'll eat my pizza and finish doing some analysis on a digital twin and its uptake in the U.S. market, and trying to, encourage sales and figuring out what are the sales blockers. So that's what I'm working on today.
Our commitment was to help you get where you want to be.
I was just fixing up a few other things. I remembered I had some hue lights that it's difficult because it's a different app, and so you can't do scenes across all the lights. So I was going to get rid of them, but I realized I could put them out here. There's two lights out here, and so these are the Philips Hue, and they're connected to my Hue bridge. This one's actually was the Edison one, and I've got it in a candle mode, so that's why it's kind of like pulsing. This other one is just a white. It doesn't do I don't know what the dogs bark at. Harley, come. Come here. Come. Yes, good girl. Yes. Yeah. Yes, good girl. That was a good come. They just rile each other up. Sit. 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 Yes, good girl. Break. Go out. Go play. So this light up here doesn't do like a warm light. It's just this white light, which is probably because I had all daylights at the other place. So I've got it at, it's not full capacity. It's at a percentage of that. And so I've automated them to turn on slowly 10 minutes for the duration of 10 minutes after sunset. So sunset, in the next 10 minutes, they will slowly ramp up to this scene with this brightness, and that one on candle mode. And they're gonna run until midnight. So we'll test it tonight and make sure that that's not too late and that the light's not like coming in the house and keeping me awake. But that'll be good because I won't have to remember to turn on and off these outdoor lights. They'll just go on their own. I'll leave the switches on all of the time. And yeah, then I don't have to worry about turning them off either. The other thing I did was I put out the sparrows. I had them over at the other wall, if you'll remember, and I moved them over here because I needed to install the hose reel. It's a hose reel that kind of looks like, it's got a Texas star on it. You can't really see in the dark. But so I took the sparrows off from over there. I put 3 up there because if you remember the sparrows, in Portugal they come as 3 of them, and because I had a 4th one, I just put it up over here by this door, and I installed this mailbox, which is mostly weatherproof, and it is what is keeping my outdoor dog treats and some of my outdoor, like my clippers and things that I don't know quite what to do with them yet. So that was I put up 2 days ago, and so I haven't had any problems with raccoons or anything yet, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. So that's the sparrow, the light, and the mailbox. Are you ready to go in, Pippa? She says yes. Okay, I guess I will go in and put these dogs to bed. But yeah, it's been a very busy weekend. I've just been doing little things, but it's nice to get all the little things ready. And so I am less stressed out when the big project comes, which is my cabinets.